Hello people, it's Mike Drop here with episode 47 of the Soulvent Records podcast. And those of you watching on YouTube will have instantly seen that I'm not in my dining room and I'm not annoying my neighbours. Hospital Records have kindly allowed us to use their studio for this. And we are starting the show with Ghost Mode from Crate Classics featuring Catching Cairo. But this is the Inmost remix. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy this. We've just announced them as a very special guest for our Pickle Factory show on Sunday the 1st of May. Early birds are sold out. So, you know, delay at your peril. Inmost remix of Ghost Mode. Enjoy. Yeah, this Ghost Mode tune will be out shortly by the time you hear this podcast. And you will have seen, by virtue of the fact that you've clicked on the link to this podcast, that I've included my very, very special guest in the title. I'm very, very excited and pleased to welcome onto the show. It's Mr. Hugh Hardie.
Yo.
Welcome. Great to see you, man.
You too, man. How are you doing?
I'm buzzing to be here, and I'm buzzing to see you. It's a long time since I last saw you.
Yeah.
Well, I saw you at Motion, but only for like 5 seconds.
About 5 seconds. Yeah. And,
you were busy, mate.
Yeah, and you were busy. You were doing you were streaming. Had the GoPro. Yeah.
I just scrubbed through all the footage, and I saw a fairly awkward. You know, me coming up being like, I'm in the scene, you're in the scene, you're in the scene. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Talk to us about this track. This is forthcoming from you, yeah?
Yeah, this is a tune called Coulda Woulda. It's coming out. It's out now. It's on my new EP, which is the Inhale Exhale EP. And yeah, it's like a kind of garage house inspired little number. Yeah.
Awesome. I played the JV and Faction tune. Remind me of the name of it in the last show. I played it in the last show.
Yeah, got you wrong.
Got you wrong. That's it, mate. 5-1.
Thanks, man.
Right. So in this show, we're going to do a nice interview segment with you, and then we're going to dig into your back cat a little bit. I'm going to fanboy a little bit, and then you're going to do a guest mix for us, aren't you?
Yeah. Sounds good.
You know what? I think this is the first time I've had somebody of your caliber guesting on the show. So thank you. I'm going to try and keep it together.
Yeah. Well, that's an honour. What can I say?
Thank you, mate. Right, I'm going to attempt to mix, but as soon as that falls down, we're going to not. So. This tune is taken from the Mountain album, of course out now. This tune's called Live the Life. And if you haven't got yourself a copy of the Mountain album, then what are you doing? Head over to the Bandcamp. If you head over to our Instagram as well, you'll also see some interesting photos of Shigeta, kind of covered in mountains of copies of his own record. Self-indulgent, but why wouldn't you? First vinyl release, first album, WLP. I would do exactly the same. So Hugh, just to bring you back and talk to you, the main reason we got you here is because we want to gas people up about our Pickle Factory show, because you're going to be headlining for us.
Yeah, Pickle Factory.
But it's not the first time you're doing a Soulvent show, is it?
This is the second one.
It will be the second one,
the second, yeah.
So first time I met you in person was at the Soulvent Records' 3rd birthday?
Yeah, that's right, at the pub.
The Red Lion in Leytonstone.
Yeah.
Which is spiritual home for us for a long time. And it was the first time Josh Inmost had DJ'd outside his room, I seem to remember. So yeah, that's what, like 2017, I want to say.
That feels like at least 5 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's great to do it full circle. Inmost are on the lineup for us there as well. And you have seen them recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Josh and Bailey.
Yeah, Josh and Bailey. Yeah. We started working on a new tune recently, and yeah, man, Josh. Bailey, so I've just recently moved to Cambridge, and Bailey's there.
That's where Bailey is, yeah.
So yeah, it's
and
nice.
Josh lived there for a long time.
Josh
right,
was there. Yeah, Josh was there for a while. Yeah, I think he left maybe a year or so ago now, but he was there for a while. Yeah.
Looking forward to hearing the output from that, man.
Yeah, well, we'll see. You know, started an idea, and yeah.
Are you just going to kick it back and forth remotely now for a little while?
I guess so. Yeah, maybe start some other ones. It's quite good to get more than one idea on the go, and the first thing we started had some potential, I think.
Well, you just get that kind of like buzz, right? I don't know how much kind of in-person collaborating you did over like the last couple of years, obviously with COVID.
Yeah, we're definitely less because of COVID, but I don't know. Like remote producing, you can definitely do it that way, but yeah, it's way funner in the room with
just vibe off each other, isn't it?
It's much more a vibe. Yeah, it's good. I find it's good to start an idea that way, and then you can come back to it after and remotely send.
Awesome. So what sort of vibes can our listeners / fans expect from you on the 1st of May? Pickle Factory.
Yeah, Pickle Factory. Yeah, I mean it's a cool little club.
Have you played there before?
I haven't played, but I've been there at least once. It was a Pola and Bryson album launch. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Well, was it the Pola and Bryson and Friends thing?
Yeah. Oh no, I played there actually. I played. Yeah.
Pola and Bryson and Friends.
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. I've been. So I think that might have been the only time. I totally forgot I played. Yeah. And yeah, it's a wicked little venue.
Gets very hot in there.
Gets very hot. Yeah, super intimate and sweaty. So yeah, I guess.
Mate, the first one we did was awesome. Like, it's really good to be able to do that show there again. Obviously, very in the lineup, but
was that the first one then?
That's first Soulvent sessions, yeah. On the 15th of Jan.
Yeah.
Trying to get people out of doing dry January.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I'll just name check this tune because this is part of the Together with Ukraine charity album. Which is an absolute monster collection of tracks that you can get. I think it's like 130 tracks for like £12 or £13 you can get off Bandcamp. So people should do that because all the money goes to Ukrainian Red Cross. And why wouldn't you do that right now? So this is Still Life by Tokyo Prose, and I defy anybody to check out all those tracks and find something that isn't there for you. It's basically every single subgenre you can imagine on there. So
it is actually really sick, isn't it? There's loads and loads of good tunes.
Some big names, some small names, and a lot of visual artists, I think, contributed to that project as well. So great cause. Go check it out. So interspersed with the track list today, I've got like a tune and then a Hugh Hardie tune. I had actually quite an enjoyable time over the last few days, like digging through your back cat, mate. And as I said, I'm going to do a bit of fanboying, but this is one of my favourite tunes of yours, and it features Pola and Bryson, right? Taken from your Colour Space LP.
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know if you remember this, but I do. You played at the Red Line again for Simon Says show.
Yeah.
I think you were doing back-to-back with Jack.
Yeah.
But this was like just about to come out, and I was like, would you play that? And you did, and I felt nice and privileged that you played it for.
Right.
It's just so good, like feel-good tune, like summer sort of vibe. Really, really like it, man. If people don't know this, get to know, because it's Emerald City. You should be introducing your own tunes, man. I'll stop doing it.
I think you're doing a great job, mate.
I also need to talk to you about this album, because really cool artwork, and there was a very, very limited run of skateboards that you did, right?
Yeah.
Only the lucky few. How many? Do you know how many were done?
Yeah, there was 50 made. The album cover was Ricky Trickart did the design. Which is sick. Yeah, one of my favourite covers.
Just goes on infinitely, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he made like a big, like meter-long thing. No. And then, there was 50 boards made with the design was taken from the cover. And yeah, man.
So I'll name check one of my mates, Sam. We call him Mace for short, but he's got that as a souvenir. He doesn't skateboard, he just has it on his wall.
Cool.
And he's like, that's like his prized possession.
Yeah, I think it's with like an arty skateboard. I've got quite a lot of skateboards at home that I have up as artwork. Yeah. So I think they just look sick as a piece of art. So it'd be a shame in a way to skate something that was sort of like designed to be on a wall.
Yeah.
You totally could. It's not the worst way to use it, but yeah, it's nice to keep something intact and have it on the wall.
And on the subject of skateboarding, you're just coming back to skateboarding after a hiatus. I understand.
Yeah, man. I had a really bad knee injury last year, at the start of last year, and I basically tore the ACL ligament in the knee, which is it's basically a long-term. Well, it's a long-term injury, but it needs a full surgery. So I had a full surgery where they reconstruct the ACL from a bit of hamstring from the same leg, and then after the surgery, it's a good 9 months of rehab and waiting and gym exercises. So yeah, I've been through all of that, and finally I'm skating again, which is so.
Is that like your
so
outlet?
Nice? Yeah, big time, man. Skating is it's such an outlet, and it's not fun when I can't do it. Yeah. So I've had to be pretty patient with the recovery, but I'm finally back on it, which is very nice.
Oh mate, I'm pleased for you. I guess that is just agony when that happens, right?
It actually, the injury wasn't painful at all. Weirdly, it didn't. Yeah. It felt like I just sprained something in a minor way. And I had no idea I'd done like a proper injury like that. Yeah, it just felt like a sprain. It felt weird, and I couldn't put weight on it when it first happened. But I didn't think it'd be as bad, and it wasn't painful really. It was like, oh, that felt a bit weird. Probably done a sprain. I'll leave that for a month and it'll go away. But
what made you go get it checked out then?
It just wasn't healing. And then I started skating again. I thought maybe if I ease back into skating, that would make it heal faster, and then it's going to tweak again in the same way.
Ouch.
And I was like, well, I've probably done something more serious. So then I got an MRI scan, and it showed up the snapped ACL. Yeah.
And when you find out that's happened, is the mental turmoil that you can't skateboard, that's probably more damaging than the pain, right?
Big time, man. Yeah, it's not fun. Because it's a long process.
Because would have been when you would have wanted to be outside on your government mandated exercise because of COVID, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was February 2021 when it happened, and do you know what? Like as soon as it happened, everything hit me. I sort of didn't realise how much I was relying on skating at the time to sort of just kind of be kind of happy. And when that happened, it was middle of that winter lockdown. And it was kind of a bad time for it to happen, basically.
Well, at least you're getting back to fighting fit just as the weather's getting better, right?
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, the timing's worked out quite nicely, coming into spring, summer, and I'm just so happy to be able to skate again.
Right, this tune playing now is our next release on Soulvent Records.
Escapism on the inside, a sensory semblance precisely entwined.
I think you will be able to tell that this is Visionobi. It's featuring GLXY and Riya. This was actually had a Radio 1 play last week from Sarah Story. Is it Sarah Story? She gave it some love, and I was at Steelyard for Metric's album launch, and Everwood played it, and vibes in the crowd. Really proud of this, and the artwork's pretty cool too.
Searched open ocean, stimuli smudge the colours, mirror the image. Fabric loosens the illusion, depicted vivid. Entwined DNA twisted, opposites mimicked, became one, dissipated inhibitions.
And you've done a lot of work before with GLXY, right? Because there's a tune we're going to play later on, which is pretty iconic tune in the Soulvent back cat. But you had them on your album Colour Space.
Yeah, that's right.
She Moves, right?
Yeah, I think we've got lots of ideas that sort of maybe haven't been. I feel like we've got lots of projects, but maybe only two have been released. Yeah, the one with Rich, Visionobi, and then the one on Colour Space. GLXY. Always working on stuff with them. Definitely a big fan of their stuff.
Likewise. Right, I'm going to ask you to introduce the next tune.
So this tune coming in, this is another one from, not from Colour Space, it's from my second album, Shadows and Silhouettes, and it's called Deeper Blue, featuring Charli Brix, who's a friend of mine and a very, very, very good singer.
She is a talented vocalist, man.
Yeah,
she's a nice lady as well.
She's super nice.
I feel like I'm just going to end up talking to you the whole show and no one's going to be able to hear the tunes.
They're all on Spotify. They can always be listened to in other platforms.
Yeah, let me just put the top of my drink so I don't chuck it over any of the equipment. But go bump up some stream numbers, people. As I said, man, I had a really enjoyable time just going through your back cat to just pick out some tunes. We talked about Colour Space before. I'm going to ask you what was your favourite tune off that album, then this one, and then I'll ask you what your overall favourite tune of yours is later on.
That's a good one. Maybe favourite of Colour Space, there's a sort of jungly tune called Camera Obscura.
Yeah.
I quite like that one. It's sort of.
Did a cool video for that one, or was that?
No, that was maybe sound system dub. Was it? Yeah. Camera Obscura, I like that one. It's kind of quite moody, but kind of spacey, and it's got like Amen drums. And then this album, my favorite, I think, is the garagey tune, which is called Siren, with Pola and Bryson.
You work with them quite a lot, don't you?
Yeah. Other producers that, sort of.
Is that like personalities, or is that because it's the like the tune output, the vibe is kind of similar?
Yeah, I guess personal, because we're all sort of friends.
Yeah.
And then definitely vibe-wise, like it's very similar, very similar sound, I guess, and kind of inspirations are kind of quite similar for both of us, for all of us.
I suppose you need to have some sort of like chemistry, personality connection in the studio, right? Otherwise, you'd just be sat there hating the person you're trying to do a tune with.
Yeah, it definitely helps.
But the next tune I'm going to bring in is going to be on our next release on Soulvent. It's from Johnny Motiv. It's featuring Surreal and an MC from Leeds called Salem Focus.
When that's what it's for.
Johnny Motiv's Manchester based, I want to say, and Salem Focus is Leeds based. I must admit, I don't know where Mr. Surreal is from, but this is my favourite tune on the 4-track Evershifting EP that we've got coming on Soulvent. The full EP's out on the 29th of April.
Circle round the earth, words paint a perfect picture. Paragraphs under wraps and minutes to move quicker. Hours and days pass with shadows of black figures. Silhouettes high rise, the streets to get thicker. It's a trick in the mind, a position in line. Blissfully time, skipping, only wishing to find this daylight dark.
I'm not supposed to do that like to you, am I?
Foggy in this fish.
Supposed to act like you're not there.
Focus living like the rest of the globe.
This is just way too professional for me.
Stepping seconds of all from wrecking the show. Days spent perfecting the flow, no regular Joe. Words and letters pressing in bold, a blessing and prose. Think he got that sinking feeling, never know. Life's a double when it's over, trying to find a better road. No silver lining, keep on writing, taking mental notes. Shaking hands with time while underlining every episode. On no minds, we call the force, but on the war. So chasing a breath, making your body move. Body broad, taking a step, signs, I want it all. Do this for my people, not for evil, when that's what it's for. Hollow minds, we call the force, but on the war. So chasing a breath, making your body broad. Body broad, taking a step, signs, I want it all. Do this for my people, not for evil, when that's what it's for.
Have you heard much of Motiv?
Not yet, I have to say. I'm feeling this one though. Very nice.
He's also on this EP. I think we've got it in the track list, but he's done a tune with Zoe.
Yeah.
Who you've worked with before.
Yeah. I have heard that one actually.
Yeah.
I listened to that one this week. It's really nice.
Yeah, mate. I'm gassed that we're working with him. I just like his kind of like relaxed, like easy listening vibe, you know. So, do you want to introduce this tune as well, mate?
Yeah, so this one coming in. Now, this is a really deep cut. This is the tune called Kyoto City. I think this was the second tune that was released on Hospital that I did. Yes, I haven't listened to this in a long time.
Oh, I love this tune. I always reach for it. Taken from the Everwood mixtape. Do you feel like this is probably like one of the tunes that people probably don't know that, or don't associate as being one of your bigger tunes? I don't know why they wouldn't, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's pretty old now. Yeah, I've always quite liked this one. At the time, I played it a lot, and yeah, it's funny, I haven't heard it in a long time. Yeah, it was on the Everwood mixtape, and Yeah, I think it was the second tune that I had released on Hospital, and it was quite, it was quite a sort of important time for me because it was I had the one tune release and then this one, and it was super exciting.
Building your name.
Yeah. Like, having the first one was amazing, and then having a second tune was so cool.
There's some good tunes on that mixtape. If you haven't heard it or have forgotten about it, go check it out.
I always like the snare drum in this tune.
Yeah.
It's got this kind of like metallic rim sounding snare.
See, these are the things that people don't like. Certainly, I don't always pick up on, right? Because I'm not that musically producer-y minded, right? But I just think, I personally enjoy it when people like you are giving that sort of insight to the listener, because you will have pored over that for hours, right? Just to get it right.
And sometimes I think I like my sort of mind is too analytical for music, because I find myself listening to whatever and I'm sort of thinking, oh, that's a cool production thing, and I'm analysing in my head like, oh, the kick drum in this tune is cool, and then sometimes it's hard to just switch off and just listen to the music.
Are you overthinking, overanalyzing your own thing, like second guessing yourself, thinking that no one's going to like it?
Oh god, yeah. When it's your own music, it's like the over analysis that goes on.
Pressure you put on yourself.
Yeah, man. Big time.
Well, I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people who are listening. Whatever you're doing right. You're doing a good thing, man. So as I bring in another tune that is, it's not a Soulvent tune and it's not a Hugh Hardie tune. This is probably a good time for me to ask you what sort of stuff you're listening to, drum and bass wise, and then maybe outside of that as well.
I was really feeling the Monty album, which was, I think, released just at the end of last year. So it's still pretty new. I've been rating that highly. Been playing a bunch of those tunes, and just liking listening to it. It's sort of a mix of drum and bass tracks and 140 dubstep tunes.
Yeah.
And have you listened to that album, the Monty album?
I don't think I have.
Check it out.
I will.
Some really nice stuff. This new Perez EP is very nice.
I was having this conversation with my missus who's from New Zealand and telling her that when he's moved there, it's like national news. Like he's getting papped coming down the steps of the plane, like
really?
Like the presidential arrival.
He's a proper celebrity in New Zealand. That's
wasted here, man.
What else? Outside of drum and bass, I've been listening to a bit of kind of housey, garagey, break stuff a little bit. I was working on a tune earlier this week with these two producers called Wayward,
right.
And they make kind of breakbeat stuff, but some more garagey stuff. And check them out. They're sick. Kind of like sort of club music, but a bit slower than drum and bass stuff. I've been liking a lot. There's a producer called Breaka, Breaka. He's from London, and he's sort of similar kind of stuff, like breakbeat / sort of meets garage. I've been feeling that sort of stuff.
This city stays with me even if I ain't here. I'm from the Bronx, you won't see me up in Mayfair. I made a wave.
I just got a record player actually at home for the first time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got one for the Christmas present. And I've been just a single one, not for mixing, just playing records.
I'll tell you what, that's a great segue, Hugh. Thank you so much, because it'll allow me to plug our newly released Soulvent slip mats.
Perfect.
And if you haven't seen those, go to Bandcamp and check them out, because there's one of them which is the Soulvent big logo, like what's on my t-shirt here, and there's another one which says Soulvent tunes can wheel instantly with like the lightning bolts up like the side that you used to get on like deodorant cans saying don't do Soulvent abuse. So yeah, we'll send you away with one.
Yeah.
Because we
Hook
want
me
you
up.
to be flying our flag, right? If you're going to be playing at our shows,
time.
and releasing stuff with Inmost or whatever. Yeah, we've got to kick you out, mate. So this is the tune with Zoe featuring on it.
Yeah.
Is it Kypri or Kypri? How do you pronounce it?
I think it's Kypri.
Kypri.
Like a
right.
short Y.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, how's she to work with?
Yeah.
Because it sounds great, right?
She's great. Yeah, I think she's obviously a really sick vocalist. I've actually met her recently. Well, I met her today as we're recording.
Yes.
And she's cool. She's I really rate her. Rate her as a singer, and it was really nice to meet her for the first time because we hadn't actually met yet. We just we'd like sent ideas remotely, and
This is for
talked
Dreaming
to-
Green. Yeah.
For Dreaming Green, and then there's a new tune I've done with her coming out. It's out now, actually. Yeah.
On Inhale Exhale.
Yeah. The new EP. Yeah.
Right. So we'll let this play for a bit longer, and then I'm going to do one more tune, which is relevant and iconic from our Soulvent Batcat. You might have guessed it, what it is. But then after that, we're going to get you to do a guest mix, and I'm going to get out of the way and shut up, and we'll give the people what they want, right? And we're looking forward to you having a bit of a rollout.
Yeah.
So, do you want to introduce this tune? Yeah, please do.
Okay, so tune coming in now.
one.
Yeah, by the way, this Motiv tune is wicked. It's very Kypri.
Out on the 29th, full EP's out on the 29th.
Nice. This next one is called Butterfly Effect.
Full effect, everything comes in twos.
And it's me, GLXY on production, and then Visionobi on vocals. And I've always loved this song. Actually, I think Rich Visionobi did a sick job on the verses.
Yeah, it's mate that when I do the kind of analysis of like what tracks from our back catalogue stream the most, this is always up there.
Yeah, I think it got played on like a Soulection mix, or it got in some sort of playlist and then got a lot of streams.
Yeah, just
But
blown up.
I think like the Soulection mix was like the other stuff was R&B and hip hop and slow stuff.
Look across the landscape as the light fades, shades of red.
And then like this tune came into it quite randomly, and it was like okay. And I think the guy that played it quite slow, at like maybe like 160 BPM or something.
right.
Super random. But yeah, I think that kind of gave it some attention.
Good. Well, yeah, that's what we like, right? Just keep flying the flag for Soulvent. Any rumours of a Butterfly Effect Part 2, possibly?
I mean, it has to be done, I think.
Difficult, like, act to follow. Did you know when you were making it, well, when you heard the finished product, you were like, this is going to do well?
Do you know what? I think
Can't
we
say
had
no,
like
by
a
the
different kind of beat. We had like the original beat was different, and then Visionobi did the verses, and then the beat was kind of changed quite a lot. And yeah, no, I didn't think at the time it's done pretty well, which is nice. So yeah, part 2. Watch this space. We have been like toying with ideas here and there, but yeah, I think it has to be like at least as good. Yeah, hopefully maybe better.
Yeah.
Well,
It's better than this, mate. Or if it's as good as this, yeah, love it. Right. As we get towards the end of the tune, I just wanted to let people know where they can see you, right? Because you will be at our show on the 1st of May at Pickle Factory, but you also are on the lineup that we've just announced for the Hospitality Weekend in the Woods warm-up show on the 23rd of July at Studio 338. We're doing a Hospital versus Soulvent room, and I'm just going to rattle through the lineup. We've got Imolu back-to-back Lally. Big up Lally. We've got Stacey back-to-back Vector. We've got Hugh Hardie back-to-back Mountain. Can't wait for that. Kino back-to-back Inmost, and we've got Fred V back-to-back B Motion. So yeah, you looking forward to that one?
Definitely, yeah, man. I haven't met Mountain before, but I like his vibe, and yeah, looking forward to meeting him and doing a back-to-back would be fun. And obviously 338 is a crazy venue. Yeah. So yeah, super up for it.
Awesome. Any other bookings, or still trying to work some out with the agent? What's the deal? Anyone else can see you?
I'm playing in Birmingham on the 2nd of May, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's a D&B Arena night.
Nice.
2nd of May.
Nice.
And what else? The beach in Albania. That's later in summer.
Wait for that.
I cannot wait for that.
After 2 years of not having it as well.
Yeah.
Soulvent Boat Party sold out, so if you missed out then soz. But yeah, that's going to be vibes, isn't it? Can't wait. Right, this tune is getting towards the end. I am going to get out of shot, and you are going to lay down some heaters. I can fade the track out, and then you will start your mix. And I'm just going to end by saying thank you very much for listening to this portion of the Soulvent Records podcast, episode 47. And you will enjoy now Hugh Hardie's guest mix. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you.
You
Choose one. 6 million ways to die. Choose one.
You're honest, positive. Man will get burnt like a pan to a hop. I'm a boss, but I've yet to pay the cost. Some will call me crazy and others will say I'm lost. See me in the party with the powder and the Voss. Came to get paid, so I never take a loss. The kid from Hume who was schooled in the mosque. He's hitting them with fire or I'm hitting them with frost. Only speak truth, lines never get crossed. That's why I always shine like I'm gloss. Don't do the devil and I don't do God. Plus I ain't the type to do any old job. Do my own thing, don't go star rob. Do it with the team or I do it on my Todd. When I'm up front, reel 'em in like a rod. See the crowd come together like peas in a pod. Taking over shit like a mob. Man will get burnt like a pan to a hop.